survived a lot, been through a lot.
They've been. I tell them all the time that the toughest skin you got is scar tissue. You look at your regular skin, look at the skin that's been scarred. It's a whole lot tougher than their regular skin. And those guys are they're not big in numbers, but it's really about quality with them. I mean, you take every one of those guys again. They've survived.
Yeah.
So you think about the ones that aren't here, they didn't survive. Those kids that have made it through all the changes and transitions that they went through early, just all the ups and downs, and that tells you what type of kids and players they are.
True. Just talk about practice today. How'd it go out here?
That was great. You know, the guys were upbeat. Today was Coach Chiswick's birthday, and you know they flew around and they kept cutting up about that, but they look like they're having fun. And that to me is critical, because this is supposed to be a reward. They're putting the work in, really getting a lot of great work from the young players. You know, just watching those guys grow up and develop, that's all been huge. But to see some of the seniors cut up and have a good time with it, that's been good too.
Has Gus put together a game plan befitting his last swan song?
Yeah. You know, if you know Gus, he's going to be competitive regardless. And the thing about him, and I think that's what makes him such a good person and a good coach, is he doesn't change. He's the same way. Every day he comes through that door, he's got the same mentality, and that's to be the best. And he tries to make the guys around him that same way. And that's why, no matter what, he could go sell cars and he'd be successful, because he's just that type of guy. And he's going to pay attention to the details. And I hope he wins enough games that he's not selling cars in a couple of years. Yeah. But I know he's going to be a successful coach just because he's such a great person, and he's got a great family too.
Yeah, you could sell cars, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, probably could. Yeah, if I need to. If they keep dropping balls, y'all can come behind and get yours. If they don't get it right. So, but you know what? Anything you do in life is about your attitude, and that's my family taught me that a long time ago. Coming from a family of 16 and being able to be where I'm at, I'm better than blessed. And you know, I never thought I'd be flying around in jets to go visit people and go play games in different parts of the country. I mean, it's just been remarkable. You know, Cuero's got a Dairy Queen and a stop sign. That's it. And it's a remarkable little town, but spunky little football team there, especially when I was there. State champions, I don't throw that out there, which we did with. But, just to be where I'm at, I'm better than blessed. And the men that we get to come in contact with, the young players, just watching some of the NFL games, we're cutting up about watching Robert Meacham play, who played for me in Tennessee, and just seeing him, and then watching Dez Bryant. Just those relationships, and you think about the guys that did make it. Darvin texted me yesterday, is the team ready? I said, you know how that works, ask me on Saturday, and I'll let you know right after we walk into the locker room, and talking with Cam, and, it's just been fun, guys, and it's been a great ride, and, Auburn's still going to continue to be good, no matter what coordinator comes in here. Chis says all the time, Auburn was great before we got here, and it's definitely going to be that way long after we're gone.
How's Emory looked and responded, on that ankle?
He's doing really good. I've been teasing him because I call him, he's now officially the old man. Him and D-Lo, they're about 3 days older than water in my room. So when you have to start skipping reps a little bit to keep him fresh, because he's been banged up, that's my job as a coach, to get him to the game fresh. And so I've kind of held him out of a few drills. And if you know Emory, he hates that because he thinks people think he's not working. But for me, I got to have him fresh. And he's been doing really well. Clark and them, they've done a great job with the rehab. And, if you know our program, Coach Yox is going to be involved in everything. And it's going to be full speed before they allow him to come out. If he passes Yox's test, he'll be ready for the game. So,
speaking of D-Lo, I mean, there's been a lot. Every year has been talked about it being on the verge of breaking out, and it hasn't happened yet.
It's hard to break out when you're behind Darvin Adams and then you're behind Emory Blake, at that position. So, and if you think about it, when he's had to be called on, he's made the plays. The South Carolina, if he don't make that play that he made, we're going to be in worlds of trouble. That made a big deal. As he drops some, yeah, but that's going to happen. You turn the TV on Sunday and you watch players, they drop them all the time. But at our place, for us, we're going to always make the ball higher. And for D-Lo, sitting out of football for 2 years, it's hard to do. But so I'm really proud of the kid. I'm proud of the way he turned out to be a great father too. He's not a guy that got a tattoo and a picture in his locker saying I'm a dad. He's a real father. He takes care of his little girl, and his GPA, where he's at, and he's about to graduate. All those are success stories, but what he'll do on this football field, like I said, he's still got another year to come back. So I'm looking forward to him coming back.
Will you look at playing him and Emory at different positions next year?
That's going to depend on the coordinator if they bring in. I don't get to make that decision. I'm going to play the best players, and whatever system we need to make them fit in, that's my job as an assistant coach, to make sure that I get my guys ready to play at whatever position they're required to. So, with D-Lo just being behind those two guys, and you think about this, he's behind two guys that were really, really good football players, and he hadn't missed a beat. When he comes to practice, he practices as if he's a starter. And that gives you confidence, because when something does happen, just like with Emory, he was able to step in there and hold it off until Emory was able to come back. And that makes a big difference for us. So just watching him do that was good for me.
Any doubt in your mind that Emory will be back?
No doubt in my mind. I mean, he'll get to make that decision, but for me, he's family. And whether he comes back or not, he'll always remain family. But, I tell him all the time, talk to the guys that left. Being at Auburn is special. I mean, I understood exactly what Matt Barkley was talking about when he was talking about. I remember Peyton Manning coming back to Tennessee, because that's some of the greatest times in your life. You heard Tebow say the same thing when he stayed, and they'll see that the place that you're at, you're in no rush to get out of there when you got it good, and they're in a great situation at Auburn.